Are you listening?
A teenager wins $182 million before discovering payment for the ticket had failed. A $1 million lottery prize found in the trash. Lottery winner reaction, psychic predictions come true, and massive record-setting jackpots. These are the craziest lottery winner stories from all around the world. If you are new to this channel, my name is Timothy Schultz. I actually am a lottery winner. Way back in the day in 1999, I won the Powerball jackpot in the USA before going back to college to study journalism and broadcast news and work on various productions. But I'm now combining my experience to meet and interview other people that have overcome the odds in various ways in life. If you want to see any of these interviews, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when they come out. But without further ado now, let's get to these recent lottery winner stories from all around the world. This is what's happening. We're going to start out in New York, where a woman recently pled guilty to stealing a $1 million lottery prize from her cousin. A man in New York won on a scratch-off, but wanted to remain anonymous, so he asked his cousin to turn in the ticket in exchange for $50,000. The cousin reportedly mailed it in to claim the winnings. She opted to receive the money as a one-time lump sum payment of over $537,000. But she told her cousin that the ticket only won $20,000 and after taxes it was worth $13,000. It wasn't until the victim came across a press release that he discovered that the ticket was actually worth $1 million and that his cousin had received over $500,000. She ended up forfeiting over $300,000 in winnings from her bank account, which will be returned to her cousin and could face up to 4 years in prison. Let's switch over to Massachusetts, where a $1 million lottery ticket got thrown in the trash before being discovered that it was a winner. There is a convenience store in Massachusetts where a woman recently scratched off a winning lottery ticket, but she didn't scratch off every single number. She missed a number. In fact, one of the numbers that would show her that she won $1 million from this $30 scratch ticket. And one of the people working there in his downtime found the ticket and discovered this unscratched number. He scratched it off and saw that it was actually worth a whopping $1 million. But one thing that is really incredible about this story is that this clerk, who's the son of the owners of this convenience store, rather than keep the money for himself, returned it to the person who purchased the ticket. Wow! If you believe in karma, this person definitely has some good karma coming back to him. Let's switch over to the UK now, where a teenager was notified that she won 182 million euro from the Euro Millions jackpot before finding out that the payment for the ticket had failed. So there was a couple in the UK aged 19 and 21 who had this automatic payment for lottery tickets, and the 19-year-old girl received a notification that she had a winning match for the drawing worth 182 million. But her dreams were dashed when they called up the lottery office and were informed that they didn't have enough funds in their account to cover the automatic payment which would have normally gone through. The woman was quoted as saying, "I was absolutely heartbroken when we heard the man on the phone say we hadn't actually bought the ticket. I called the number thinking that I had won 182 million and they said, yeah, you've got the right numbers, but you didn't have the funds in your account for the payment of the ticket, so it didn't actually go through." Oh my gosh, how heartbreaking would that be? They reportedly called those numbers unlucky, but they are playing a different set of numbers, so let's wish them good luck. If you think this story is crazy, hang on tight. They are about to get even crazier. When you win the lottery, the way it makes people react can be insane. Let's look at the state of Michigan in the United States in December of 2022. There's a longtime lottery player who was left stuttering and speechless. He won over $500,000 from the Fantasy 5 jackpot and is quoted as saying, "I was checking my ticket the day after the drawing and I didn't believe it when I saw I'd matched all 5 numbers. All I could think was, this can't be right. My son started to get worried because I was stuttering and speechless for a few minutes before I could finally explain to him that I'd won." And then in Michigan in the United States, a 19-year-old was reportedly in a state of shock when she won over $600,000 from a Christmas gift. gift. When her friend purchased a lottery ticket for her, she said that they started screaming and jumping up and down when they saw that they won the jackpot. Congratulations to the lucky winner in Michigan. Also in Michigan, there's a story that's even crazier. A man won the lottery twice because he didn't remember that he played the first time. Man said he was at a gas station when he played the Fantasy 5 drawing, but he couldn't remember if he had purchased a ticket, so he purchased a second one, not knowing that he had purchased one before, and he ended up winning a $110,000 jackpot twice. This is a lesson that sometimes forgetfulness can be a good thing. And then in the state of Maryland in the United States, a man won the lottery after a psychic told him that his late father wanted him to play. A 55-year-old man who was an avid lottery player scored $40,000 in the Maryland lottery, but he attributes the win to his late father. He reportedly began playing the Mega Millions and Powerball after a psychic told him that it was his late father's wish that he play. I found this story very, very interesting because there are many people I meet and interview, many lottery winners on this channel, on this podcast, and quite a few of them, not all of them, but many of them have had experiences prior to winning which led them to believe that they were going to win before it happened. I will put a link to a couple of them below, which leads me to the next story where a man in Canada won $1 million on Lotto Max after having a dream about it. A local maintenance technician went into a supermarket and purchased the ticket. He's quoted as saying, "I was expecting to put $1,000 in the bank and now I'm a millionaire." And winning $1 million can be really, really crazy. But what about winning $1 billion? $1 billion with a B. What would that be like? What would you do if you won $1 billion? Let me know in your comments below. But this actually happened recently. A winning Mega Millions ticket worth $1.35 billion was sold in Lebanon, Maine in January of 2022. It was the second largest jackpot in the game's history. No one has come forward yet as the winner. My guess and my hope is that they are probably getting their ducks in a row, seeking the help of experts, financial advisors, attorneys to understand how best to redeem the ticket and what to do with the money prior to turning in the ticket. And if you win a major lottery jackpot, I recently made a video about what to do in that situation. I will put a link to that video below. But my guess is that whoever this is probably in a state of shock right now. It probably has not yet set in because it can be one of the most surreal, life-changing things that can possibly happen. And it does happen to some people. And all you need for a chance to win is one ticket. And talking about record-setting jackpots, the Powerball jackpot in the USA is currently over $500 million, half of $1 billion. And it is quickly rising. But why are these jackpots growing so quickly? Why do we have all these record-setting jackpots? I made a video about this recently as well. I'll put a link to that below. But let me know in the comments, what would you do? What will you do if and when you win a lottery jackpot, other than come on to this podcast, of course, because I am going to want to interview you? What would you do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love checking out your comments. Remember, if you play the lottery, never spend more than you can afford. Have fun with it. And remember that you do have a chance if you play. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. There are new videos and interviews coming soon on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when they come out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support.